Okay, this is going... Okay, greetings, Captain. This is Calcat, and Brian Fuller has announced the title of Star Trek 2017. I am going to watch the trailer and then comment on it. Minor spoilers to follow. I want to kill the audio while I'm playing the trailer. Okay, I will now be pausing the video so that now the audio is going to come back. I don't want to get in trouble for using the audio. Okay, the new show is going to be... now the audio. Okay, the new show is going to be called Star Trek Discovery. And apparently the ship looks like the alternate New Voyages ship. It looks a lot like the alternate New Voyages ship. The Star Trek Chevron looking ship with the big long... almost Klingon-like back part, nacelle struts, little end pieces. The ship, it's sort of a delta wing ship. The saucer section is larger than that, though. It's more better proportioned. So the saucer is rounder. Well, you can watch the trailer to see what I mean. The bridge and the nav deflect, the sensor dish underneath are all reserved and recessed a little bit into it, so that there's not as much having it on top. You know, a little less, a little down further. The call letters appear to be NCC 1031, and they're saying it's set in the Prime timeline. Is it actually before Kirk in the Prime timeline? But like that'd be interesting. Or does that number just not mean anything? Are they just messing around? Because that would be odd. Maybe it's an alternate version of the second 5-year mission, and it's 2370. I don't know. But it would, yeah, the Prime timeline. Maybe it is the further adventures of Phase 2 Enterprise. It looks like the Phase 2 Enterprise alternate version, the Delta Wing one. I'm going to try to find that here. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I'll try to find it. Looks like that guy. So it looks a lot like that. A lot like that. But the saucer's bigger. So yeah. So I guess I'll just throw in some first impressions of the ship. Not on Trek Yards. Although fully is welcome to. I totally would. If they want me to appear on there, I'm just a fan though. So I build my own model ships, but nothing that intense. I build them out of balsa, but to draw them on paper. Nothing like a 3D artist like over there. But the Starship, if that is an actual production shot of the ship, hopefully the toy comes out. They did, yeah, it looks okay. I'm not sure what era they're going for. If it's pre the events of the Kelvin timeline, that's interesting. It would be a prequel, and events that we already know about, or is it Next Generation and it's like another version of it? or it's the prime timeline, but things have happened that have made Next Generation happen sooner. That would be also interesting if it was like the 2380s and the TNG, but only 30 years later as opposed to 20 years later. That could work. I'm not sure what it is, but it's called Star Trek Discovery, and it's premiering next January. So that's my thoughts on it. I can't really say what it's about. Not that I know. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. They're going to air it on All Access, and it's going to be on, yeah, then on All Access, apparently on TV briefly. They should have it on TV the whole time. I think I agree with a lot of the fans. They should put it on television as a series. It's not going to do as well if it's just All Access and maybe Netflix. Should be Netflix as well. Put it on TV. Don't just do one movie. Yeah, so, but that's CBS and Paramount. We're squeamish of even fan films, but their ship is so radically different from the other enterprises that I don't think any of the fan film people need to worry, or even they need to worry. It's completely different. The music in the thing, the pilot, that teaser, sounds very Klingon. It has this sort of chiming, boom boom bass and a chiming sort of tink clink 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 clink. And it kind of sounds like it's a Klingon, but it's not. It's sort of pseudo Klingon sounding. Also on the channel, they're working on the Starship Locations game, online game thing. Not to be confused with the Star Trek virtual reality game, which is endorsed by Paramount. Now this will be a spoof parody game that apparently takes place 7 years after the Chimera fan film movie in 2393, in order to avoid confusion. But there's other reasons too. I wanted to make it different. We'll go into that later when it's closer to actually being a thing. It's not going to be for any profit, not for any gain of monetary of any kind, not even for really web hits. I just want to bring back the RPG that I kept talking about. Update it for the 21st century. So, or in this case, the 24th. Late 24th. In the Prime Universe. Of course, there's also a Kelvin timeline version that could be developed as well. I think they should call it the Abrams verse, because they call their Prime Universe the Roddenberry and Berman universe. So this will be the Fuller verse. Yeah. This other thing. Interesting looking design for the new ship. Anyway, Star Trek Discoveries, I'm not in it. If Paramount would like to hire me to be a scriptwriter, I will totally do it. It'd be awesome, but they have not called me or anything, so just a fan.